Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. I'm up in it, I bet you that she coming. You can't leave her. Only need a crib for the dollar bill. Dollar bill, down. I done took the orange pill. Take it up on you. Boom, baby, jumping on vacation. Oh, yeah. You know that I'm a bad, but I know you want a bad, baby, location. Baby, jumping location. Oh, you know what I'm a bad. Know you missing what I'm bad, yeah. I love it when you drop it low. You get up fast, you get my room to me, baby. Yeah, you don't touch your toes. Can we get body come to me, run to me? So when you do it, girl, you still up in that color. I bet that shit coming, yeah. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Only need a crib for the dollar bill. Dollar bill now. I done took the orange pill. Take it up on you. Boom, baby, jumping on vacation. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know that I'm a bad. Girl, I know you want a bad. Baby, jumping on vacation. Baby, jumping on vacation. Oh, you know what I'm a bad. You see what I'm bad. Yo. See if I can get this camera to act right. Can I get this camera to act right? Let's see if I can get this camera to act right. Yes, I can. No, I can't. What's going on, everybody? Big Chris checking in yet again. Happy Sunday. I'm going to see if I can get this camera to act right, but it's not acting right, clearly. But that's besides the point, right? Bitcoin's at 100 and, 100 and what? Let's see if we can get this to act right. All right, cool. It'll act right behind me, right? It'll act right behind me. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and hop on the interwebs. Look at that. It's a great thing about a Tesla, man. You could hop online right in your car. All right, cool. So we're going to go to www.coincodex because I don't use CoinMarketCap. And I could possibly log into my, excuse me, I could possibly log into my trading view, but I don't know how that's gonna be because I don't know the password. All right. So as you can see here, guys, Bitcoin is at 100 and that glitch looking crazy. I need to turn the car around. $118,000 for one Bitcoin, 793. This is according to, again, Coin Codex. And what we're going to do is what I love to do on Coin Codex. Excuse me. We're going to go to customize over here. We're going to look at the 7 day, the 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, year to date, 3 year, 5 year. It'll take off 24 hours. You know, yeah, 7 days is fine because we're pumping the last 7 days. We don't need market cap. We don't need the volume. We don't need circulating supply. Boom. So now that we have those filters on, I'm going to click apply. And as you can see here, we're going to go through these numbers, right? And of course, um, as I mentioned earlier in a previous tweet, which we'll jump into as well, which I don't know if I'll be able to see the tweets because when you look at your Twitter on platform that you're not logged into, it only gives you the highlights of your actual the most popular tweets that you have, right? So, first and foremost, happy Sunday. God loves you. I love you. Stack your Bitcoin and chill. If you don't, it's okay. We've had videos up for years telling you what to do, right? Stack your Bitcoin and chill, and you know what to do, right? You should know what to do by now. So I just want to say happy Sunday. Everybody that's been stacking and chilling, congratulations. You know, you have to do your own due diligence. You have to know within your own personal being, you're within yourself to have the conviction to stack your Bitcoin and why you're stacking Bitcoin, right? And you have to understand that you're not supposed to be you're not really supposed to be using the unit of account of the dollars to measure Bitcoin, right? Which we do, right? We do because that's our unit of account by default, right? And it's the strongest, crappiest currency that we have, right? Is the US dollar. So head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 free Bitcoin. Click the link in the bio later on or whenever, right? Click the link in the bio, click on my link tree, and look at all the different offers that are available for you to take advantage of on the actual link tree, which includes Bitcoin Dad, Fiat Dad, how to defend yourself or sue somebody, such as banks or corporations, right? Because they're quick to sue you, right? So you better learn how to defend yourself or counter sue or sue in general. The Premium Wealth Solutions. I have a private member association where everything's going to go private, right? We're not going to be doing anything over in the public anymore because once you know your rights, you don't have to. Fold. So make sure you get your fold card. We've been talking about fold card. I actually just posted on my Facebook, which is on the actual. Let me hop in here. Boom, boom, boom. Fold app. This is from. I know you guys can barely see that. 2021. I know it's kind of hard. It's from 2021. I've been telling you guys. Do you have the fold card yet? Right. So this is from 2021. Do you have your fold card yet? And if you were wise enough to utilize the fold card to pay your bills over the last 5 years, you'd have a lot more Bitcoin than you have now because you're going to pay your bills anyway. Especially if you have bad credit and you don't have a credit card, you should have been using Fold this whole time. Even I make mistakes sometimes and don't even use my Fold card, right? Because I'm human, but I've definitely been using the Fold card because I understand the power of the Fold card, right? So definitely hop in here on the link tree and holler if you need some help with any of the services, right? You guys can just go ahead and do that. It's right there in the link tree. So shout out to you guys tuned in. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Today's topic is about asking permission to buy Bitcoin. But first, let me get back into what I was talking about, right? Because we're not going to jump into that right now. Let's get some more people on. Get some more people on, especially those people that say that they're men and have to ask permission to do something, right? Um, it's something that I don't like and don't recommend at all. But we're going to talk about that in just a moment. 7 days, over the past 7 days, Bitcoin is up how much? Almost 10%. which is more than you would get in an entire year if you just save your money in a stupid savings account, right? So why are you saving money? Point bank, period. 1 month, Bitcoin is up 12.75% in 1 month. Again, way more than what you would have had in your stupid savings account because you think saving is where it's at. I've been saying the same things for years, right? Because the truth never changes, only lies. With that being said, Bitcoin is up 40% in the last 3 months, which means if you were saving $1,000, you would have $400 extra by simply buying Bitcoin and chilling. If you started just 3 months ago, which is in March, right? Because we're in July, well, 7. So that's actually April, right? Exactly. From April to now, you're up 40%. 100,000, that's $40,000. 1 million, that's $400,000. Simply buying, holding, and shutting up. You don't have to do anything. But that's so hard for some people nowadays. It's crazy, right? We have 23% if you started 6 months ago, which is still better than whatever they give you at your bank in a savings account, which is 0.001 or some stupid ridiculous number, right? But even if you're DCAing over these times, which we'll jump into DCA, BTC, BTCDCA.com in just a moment, because I love to go over these statistics and numbers with you guys. Excellent. Year to date, 24%. So if you started 1 year ago, you're still up 25%, almost 20, almost 25%. So that's cool. Year to date, or is that from the beginning of the year today? Yeah, year to date. So beginning of the year to now, up 24%. My apologies. 1 year, 102%. So if you started last year in July, you doubled your money. 1 million to 2 million, 10 million to 20 million, 500,000 to 1 million, right? 1,000 to 2,000, right? Very simple. We now have a 3 year increase, which is almost 500%. Simple math, guys. Instead of you putting money in your bank account, 401k, I don't care if they're matching you, right? This is my opinions only, because math is going to dictate what is the actual, what the opportunity cost, right? So I don't care about a 401k. I told you guys years ago, back in like 2019, that I sold everything and bought Bitcoin, right? Into sold my 401k, paid the fee or the fine and the taxes or whatever, all that good stuff, and bought Bitcoin instead. Best decision I've ever made. We got clowns telling me back then that it wasn't a good idea. We got clowns asking all this time if that's a good idea. If you have to ask if it's a good idea, have fun staying poor, which leads into why you got to ask to buy Bitcoin in the first place, especially if you're married and if you're a man, right? So we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to digress into that. I'm going to digress, not going to get into that just yet. 3 years, almost 500%. And then 5 years, which is 2020 to 2025, you have almost 12x your savings in US dollar terms, that is, which means everything went down 11 times, right? Everything went down in value 11 times compared and contrasting to the US dollar, which means everything is cheaper in Bitcoin, right? And then that means your savings in Bitcoin, when you're using the unit of account of the dollar, went up 11, almost 12x. So that's 1,000 into, what was it, the $1,200 stimmy? I just shared this stuff, man. I be sharing this stuff. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't know what y'all be doing, man. I really don't know what y'all be doing. Y'all too busy to get rich, or to set yourself up for future, set yourself up for the future. That's what you guys are a little bit too busy doing, man. Too busy arguing with strangers online. Too busy not listening to the people that have your best interests at heart. And I understand that the realest ones, you guys listen to all the fake people. Y'all listen to all the people that are not authentic, right? You guys love to listen to the loudest people in the room, or the people that quote unquote have the I don't even know what to call it, right? You guys listen to the wrong people, right? And the wrong people have you going down the wrong path, right? So let me digress. Let me find the photo. All right, there it is. Your $1,200 stimulus check. So 15x. This might be 15x, 15 times. So you took a $1,200 stimulus check. If you would have just bought Bitcoin and shut up and chilled and forgot about it, you would have $20,000 right now. If you would have put 2,000 into it, $40,000, right? This is the simple, basic math that everybody needs to understand because it's really not rocket science. And I don't know why people don't understand this. So I've been explicitly stating and showing and proving and giving opportunities and giving gems and giving keys and giving strategies and putting in the work, right, and hopping on and on Clubhouse and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere that we could reach the masses, right, and just try to enlighten people and share the information with people because you know if you don't get what's going on by now, I feel sorry for you. I definitely feel sorry for you. So, man, it's just crazy to see what's uh, what's been happening, right? So, make sure you guys hit that like, share, subscribe. Let me let the people know that I'm live. YouTube. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bitcoin Chris. All right. And then hit that like, share, subscribe. Let me get this out. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. All right, cool. Sent. All right, hit that like, subscribe. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Right, so that is your 5-year change. We have also again the $1,200 stimulus check is $20,000. So I mean, again, if you don't get this at this point, I don't know what. Again, you're just gonna have to have fun staying poor because that's absolutely no reason for you to be struggling the way that you're struggling, to be out here acting like you don't know what's going on, right? To be acting like yeah, there's other assets. Ooh, what is that? So let me go ahead and address this because yes, there's other assets. Yes, guys, there's other assets that've done crazy numbers too, right? Yes, there is. All right, but guess what? The chances of you actually picking the right coin, right? Because you guys seem to forget. A lot of newbies that come into the space think that it's all fun and games, right? You think it's all fun and games, that it's easy, that you can just during the bull market, I guess you could pretty much pick anything, right, and make some money, right? So as you can see, we just went over. There's 100 coins here, right? And so, what I just want to know, of course, people are, I understand why people want to, trade altcoins, right? Because in my opinion, what else is an altcoin? Altcoins are stocks. Altcoin is a gold. Altcoin is anything that's not Bitcoin. So pretty much everything else that's not Bitcoin is an altcoin or S coin, right? So, we got plenty of stocks. There's so many more meme coins and scam tokens. So it's like, all right, why stress yourself out and try to find, your chances of actually finding the next quote unquote Dogecoin or Pepe or whatever the case may be, right? Whatever coin that you want to insert, right? The chance of you finding the next coin to like 1,000x or 10, which is 10x, right? Or whatever the case may be, right? Is so low and it's so naive that you have a better chance winning the lottery or you have a better chance going to the casino, right? And gambling, right? Because that's exactly what you're doing here. You're just gambling. So instead of you having to worry about, oh, which coin this, which coin that, which coin scam, which coin rubbed, which coin is better, which coin is gonna have the next like take it from somebody that's been in the space for a very long time. Save yourself the hassle, save yourself the failure, the rugs, the disappointment, the money. Save yourself the money, right? Save yourself the stress. And of course you do what you want to do, but if you want to save that stress and that time because you're too fixated on trying to get, that's because the problem is you're trying to get rich fast, right? You're trying to get rich fast, and that ends up, you end up making mistakes or getting rugged or being impatient, or you don't understand what's really going on. So, in my opinion, my humble opinion, instead of you doing that, I would recommend that you just stack your Bitcoin and chill, and that way you don't have to worry, right? You don't have to stress, you don't have to worry. You can just chill, right? Boom. So Bitcoin is up again 10% in the last, again, 7 days, and the filters went away, which is fine. Boom. So you guys saw the filters go cool. So let's jump into coin glass. Jump into coin glass just to see what them liquidation levels is looking like. I actually went over this the other day to see what the liquidation levels were looking like, but we're gonna do it again here. That glare looking crazy. Let me see if I can turn up the brightness on this bad boy. There it is. That help? I don't know. Let me turn the car up. Let me turn the car around real quick. See if that glare would get up out of here. Yeah, that's much better. If we in the shade. Much better. All right, cool. All right, Bitcoin orange, Tesla. Get up out of here. Where's my web page? There it is. Cool. Thought it would help. Thought it helps. It helped a little bit. All right, cool. Liquidation map still loading. Don't know why it's not loading. Let's try this again. There it is. This is not the right map. There it is. All right. I already posted this, but we're gonna double check on it to see what's, because it's been a few days. 15 billion at 104. So 104,000. 15 billion in longs to be liquidated. I gave the warning already, so please be careful. Let me move this a little bit closer. You guys can see. I have on this wide lens. Let me see if I take it off. That'll be better. A little bit better. All right, cool. All right, cool. So liquidation map, you got 15 billion at 106. So be careful. Now on the other side, we have shorts, and this is over the last 30 days. So now we have shorts at 2 billion at 131. So 2.6 billion in longs to be liquidated. I'm sorry, in shorts to be liquidated at 130, right? So that's that. Let's look at the last 7 days. So that's the 30-day option, and we're looking at 3.1 billion at 131 in the last 7 days, and then we have over here 13 billion still at 106. So looking pretty much the same. And then the 1 day, we're looking at $1 billion in shorts to be liquidated at 131 again, and then we have 2 billion at 106 in the last day. So again, I would highly recommend you be careful at this point, because a lot of people are going to see Bitcoin pump and they're going to jump in right now, right? I've had my trades open and I've actually put stop losses in. So no matter what, I'll be in profit, right? But most people don't think that way, right? Like you have that dude James Wynn who was shorting Bitcoin, longing Bitcoin, and just doing everything wrong, right? But that's the name of the game, right? I hope you guys don't listen to these freaking idiots, right? Who try to act like they know it all. Because best believe I don't know it all. I'm not trying to act like I know it all. But what I do know, I know. All right, and if I don't know, I'm gonna tell you guys I don't know. I'm not here to I'm not here to do anything but to try to help. That's all I really care to do. But most people don't want to help themselves. Let's see if my tweets will pop up, which I don't think they will. Because again, when you log into and look at somebody's Twitter, you're only gonna see the most popular tweets. Yeah, so there's the most popular tweets here. I'm not going to be able to show you on this screen, but I'll more than happily show you on the phone, right? If you are prepared. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 200 likes and I'll get Bitcoin symbol tatted on my face. January 16, 2021. I got 1.4 thousand likes on that damn post. And yes, I got Bitcoin tatted on my face. For those of you that don't know, right? Would you look at that? Me stacking up all the Bitcoins I can before the ETF gets approved. And what? This is November 17th, 2023. This is hilarious. And then now, I've been shadow banned because I'm dropping too much science. And I'm not really on Twitter too much. So if you're not posting every day and arguing with people online, strangers and random people online, then, it's kind of pointless. They're gonna shadow ban you or bring you down. Into the next 2 or 3 generations, right? So, we're building the Ark in El Salvador. We welcome everyone to come to the Ark and save the Savior that is El Salvador. And if you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you. Very good. So those who are not getting into Bitcoin now, it's because DNA was not meant to survive into the next 2 or 3 generations, right? So, we're building the Ark in El Salvador. We welcome everyone to come to the Ark and save the Savior that is El Salvador. And if you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you. Very good. So those who are not getting into Bitcoin now, it's because their DNA was not meant to survive into the next 2 or 3 generations, right? So, We're building the Ark in El Salvador. We welcome everyone to come to the Ark and save the Savior that is El Salvador. And if you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you. Very good. So those
This is probably one of the most prolific tweets. I mean, all my tweets are pretty prolific, if I may say so myself. You can literally change your life financially just by buying Bitcoin and holding and literally just shutting. I'm trying to watch my language. March 18th, 2021. So because I'm not able to, at least I don't know. I don't know any of my damn passwords, which is not a good thing, right? I probably need to start getting my passwords into a safe spot so I can always log in different locations. But now we're gonna look at the tweets. All right. Topic of the day is having to ask permission to buy Bitcoin. So first and foremost, the permission. This is a permissionless protocol. Keyword protocol. Let's look up the definition of a protocol. 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 Because we like to talk about things that we don't even know what the hell we be talking. Not we. I'm saying I don't say I'm not French. We. I'll be talking about y'all. The official procedure or system of rules governing affairs or state or diplomatic occasions. So we can do protocol for protocol for let's see internet and computer, right? Protocol and computer. Computer science. A protocol is a set of rules that govern how data is transmitted and received between electronic devices. So we can do Bitcoin protocol, right? We can even do that, right? We can do Bitcoin protocol BTC, right? TCP/IP, right? TCP, sorry. Um, TCP is a fundamental communication protocol that enables reliable, ordered, and error-check delivery of data between applications over a network, right? TCP/IP, right? Protocol suite. You gotta look these things up, guys. You gotta just understand what's really going on, right? It's a protocol, right? So once you understand it's a protocol, you can stop looking at Bitcoin like what most people think it's like a stock or an investment. It's a network, right? A network. We can look up. I don't know if it's going to have the correct terminology. Maybe I can log into to my. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to, because that's what you guys do. You guys like to ask questions when you have the most sophisticated computer on planet Earth in your hand, but you want to ask it. Humans online that be lying. I mean, you got to be careful with Google too. That's why I said you probably want to hop on chat. You want to, cross reference, right? You can talk to people as well, but take what people say. Take even what I say with a grain of salt. Don't listen to everything I got to say. Look it up. That's why I be looking things up with you guys because I want you guys to look at these things up as well. Let's see if we can get into Chat GPT real quick. I don't know if I can log into there, which I can. This is dope. Look at that. I rock with Tesla, man. Elon, not so much, but Tesla, I rock with you, man. Elon, not so much, but Tesla, I rocks with you, man. I rocks with you, man. It's okay. He's a part of the greater plan, right? He's a part of the greater plan, right? I gotta log into my damn. All right, give me 1 second. 10:04. 322. All right, all right. I can actually. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. This is fire. This is fire, guys. I highly recommend a Tesla. We were test driving Bentleys and what was it? The Phantoms. The new Phantoms are electric, which is dope. But these cars are, they're super bulky. I don't like the Phantoms. The Phantoms are beautiful, and they're very nice, very luxurious, very luxurious. Um, but the Bentley that we're looking at right now, it's the sound system is trash. The sound system in a Tesla is better than in that damn Bentley. And the Bentley's like it's like $200,000. So it's crazy that a Tesla is better than the Bentley, right? As far as the sound system goes. And then once you drive a Tesla and you got the automatic, right? You got the automatic driving, right? You got all this stuff, right? You got all that stuff. It's like, man, and it's gas. It's a V8 engine. It's a big ass V8 engine. It's gonna take up mad gas. It's like, do I really want to? Do I really want to do this? Like, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with having nice things, but do I really want to be driving a gas vehicle after experiencing an electrical vehicle? And sound system's better, and this drives by itself, and just all the questions that pop up in my mind about these types of transactions that could be transpiring. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to on topic, right? I just said that to say that I like the Tesla, right? I rocks with Tesla, whether you do or not. I've always liked Teslas. Always, 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 always. So, anyways, let's jump right into it. So, permission to buy Bitcoin, guys. First and foremost, man, this stems from a tweet, right? Because this is actually something that I've talked about many times over the years. Because I've seen people tweet out and say, I've heard people actually say and tweet. People have actually tweeted this in public, right, on Twitter, and said, "My wife will not allow me to buy Bitcoin." I've seen people actually tweet this, right? My wife will not allow me to buy Bitcoin. It is the most, I can't even wrap my head around that. And I will never be able to wrap my mind around that. My wife will not allow me to buy Bitcoin. I have to ask my wife to buy Bitcoin. This is absolutely mind boggling statement, right? But here we are. Here we are. 2025. People still asking these damn questions. All right, so anyways, here we are, right? So Max actually posted it. He said, Max actually posted that. Actually, somebody said this. Somebody said this, right? And then Max retweeted it. I'll just read it out to you guys. Somebody said, "How do I orange pill my wife? She's not great with technology, hasn't got a good understanding of finance. I don't need to orange pill her in the sense that I need her on board to go all in. She trusts me with the finances. I just want her to get involved." Okay, so that wasn't that bad. This tweet wasn't that bad, right? However, it reminded me of the tweet that triggered me, right? It triggers me because we need to do better as men, right? You need to do better as men. For him, this doesn't apply to him, right? But this applies to the other people and the other tweets that I've seen over the years, right? Where I've literally seen people say and have people DM me and tell me I can't buy Bitcoin because my wife will not allow me to. And for me to hear that from a man lets me know you're not a man. So if you're a grown ass man and you have to ask or convince your wife to buy Bitcoin, you're one, not gonna make it. You're definitely not gonna make it. Two, you're beta, super beta, mega beta. Three, you're going to have fun staying poor, right? Four, you're gonna need to probably find a new wife. because you're going to be poor. She's probably going to leave. She's probably going to leave you anyway for somebody with some bread because you don't want to hold your nuts and be a man and do what needs to be done. Five, you're not a man. You're a boy. You're a little boy. Because only boys have to ask for permission. Grown men do what they want. And number six, you need the Bible. You need the Bible in your life. Get the Bible in your life and you'll be all right. Because that's where a lot of the problems stem from is the Bible. Right? So that's that. Let's see. I don't have anything. I don't know why I hopped into chat. I got a lot of chats in here, but I don't really have anything to show you guys on chat. I guess we can go into the library real quick. Show you guys the photos that I've been working on. Have you guys look at something while I pull up the while I pull up the there it is. Give you guys some type of visual while I read off what I was going to speak about today. So there goes, the Bitcoin. Look at them Bitcoin images that I created. I don't think I've even shared a few. I think I shared like one of these or two of these. Yo, if you guys could see my chats, you would be like, yo, I don't even want to show y'all my chats. Anyways. All right, so fellas, if you need your wife's permission to stack Bitcoin, you're not in a marriage, you're in a hostage situation, okay? Bitcoin doesn't ask permission, neither should a king or a man, right? But you're probably not a king or a man if you have to ask permission for these things, right? If you're waiting for approval to secure financial and generational wealth, financially, for generational wealth, you just volunteered to be broke and obedient, right? You don't need permission to protect your bloodline. You don't need permission to accumulate wealth. You don't need permission to save yourself and your family, right? If you can't move $300 into Bitcoin without starting a World War III at home, you're not leading anything. You're not a leader. The system has neutered the modern man with compliance, comfort, and Costco dates, right? So, if Cardi B had to ask Offset to buy Louis Vuitton, she'd be single, right? I'm sure, we have to, for these examples, you guys love celebrities, so I have to include celebrities for some people to get it because that's all they care about is celebrities, right? Oh, Cardi B did this. Oh, Offset is doing this. Oh, Justin Bieber's doing this. Oh, Donald Trump is doing this. Oh, 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 Grant Cardone's doing this. Oh, so I gotta bring in the pop culture. The Bible says, "Be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth, and have dominion." Genesis 1:28. You can't have dominion if you are being told what to do or you don't take control, lead, and do what you need to do. So that's one. First Timothy 5:8. If any man provide not, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Public Law 97-280. Bible equals supreme law of the land. So a lot of y'all don't even know that they made it law that the Bible is the supreme law of the land. Not only that, they made a law to say that the Bible is going to stay in court, which is kind of weird, right? Because I think there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. I don't know how that would. I would ask ChatGPT about that. However, there is the Bible, right? When you go into court, right, you got to put your hand on the Bible. So help me God. You pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, not the democracy, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under what? Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know what's crazy is that they made us do all that. They made us salute to the flag. I didn't do that. My dad told me not to do that. He's like, yo, bro, we don't salute. We don't do none of that pagan stuff, right? But we still had to say it, right? And even after all these years, that's something that's stuck in our head, right? Most of y'all don't even recall, right? Because a lot of y'all think God is not real, and a lot of y'all think the Bible's about religion, and it's Sunday, by the way. So Y'all think of it. They have brainwashed you to think of it one way, right? When it's the complete opposite of what you guys have been brainwashed to think that the Bible is about. But I digress. You need to also check out Matthew 25:14 through 30, verse 14 through 30, the parable of the talents. Don't bury your wealth. You're supposed to invest your money, right? And by you, so with that, there's like, that just pretty much says, like, instead of you putting it in a bank account, like a savings account, I guess you could technically, but even that, it would have to be a high yield savings account. But even then, like, mathematically, why the hell would you do that? Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, the parables of the talents, you're supposed to invest, right? And God, there's somebody that didn't even invest at all. He just put his money in the bank, basically put his money in a checkers account, right? And just held it because he was scared and didn't want to invest. And then God was like, yo, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, now, like, pretty much, pretty much just told him told him what was up, right? That's not what you're supposed to do. You did it wrong. And right. The lesson is in the story. Go read the story. Matthew 25:14 through 30. All right. So understand that Bitcoin is the dominion money, right? The dominant money, the apex money, right? So that's that. You definitely need to set up a trust, which I've been talking about for for forever now, right? For a pretty long time now, right? So that's that. Let's see. Let me give you guys some visuals there. Boom. There you go. I created a little junk. You see what it was created in the chat. If you and I don't even want to talk about AI, right? Because that's gonna be another episode, which I've been telling you guys about, right? So, um, I like which one is my favorite one? My favorite one is going to be probably the card, right? It's fire, right? I don't even remember the prompt I did for that. Because if I did, I'll probably make some new ones. I love anime. Everybody loves anime now. Everybody was clowning on anime. Nobody liked anime. Now everybody loves anime, right? Boom, there we go. Everybody's like super late, and that's fine, bro. I don't want to be a part of the masses, man. I like being ahead of y'all clowns because then I can come back and talk crazy like I always do. Boom. You need to set up a trust. You need to stack Satoshis like your children and grandchildren's lives depend on it. You need to lead your household and be a man, stand up for your rights. And that, it is what it is, right? So that's that. Second topic is, you know, that's pretty much it for the main topic. And that's what I pretty much wanted to cover today is that, you shouldn't be asking permission to buy Bitcoin from not anybody, right? Not anybody, because that's the whole point of Bitcoin is for you to be sovereign. And in order for you to be sovereign, you have to know your rights. You have to know the law. You have to buy Bitcoin and chill. You can't be you know, you can't just be out here being beta, man. Can't be out here being beta, asking for permission to do something that you already have the rights to do, right? So that's that. So I created these things, these actual images, which are super fire, right? These images are super fire. What's this one? Crypto freedom. What did I say about this one? Oh no, it cut off. Okay, it starts with knowing what you're doing. So that's why I've been trying to teach people because it would suck for you to have Bitcoin, right, in a wallet, maybe hardware wallet, or even a cold wallet, right, or hot wallet, cold wallet, it doesn't matter, right? It would suck to have these things in a wallet and then you lose it, right? Because you didn't prepare yourself, or you didn't study enough, or you don't know what you're doing, right? Or you sent it to the wrong address, or you made a mistake, and then now your Bitcoin's gone forever, right? So there's a lot of things that I just try to teach people, right? Letting you guys know that you should definitely know how to defend yourself in court. Why are you not learning the law, right? They expect you to know the law. They don't like they sit here and tell you it doesn't matter if you know the law or not. You're expected to know the law, but then you don't know the law, right? And then you want to sit here and say, oh, you need a lawyer or you need an attorney, which an attorney is crooked, right? Lawyers tell you the law, and I rock with lawyers. I don't rock with attorneys, right? Because attorneys are crooked, right? they're in cahoots, right? With the court. Their first obligation is to the court. They have a bar card, right? We're not gonna get into that today, right? So boom, banks don't want you to know that you can do promissory notes, right? Banks don't know that you can do. They give you a promissory note, right? But you don't know that you can do the same thing to extinguish the same debt that you have. I already told you guys. I already told you guys about the accord of satisfaction, right? There's so many things that you can do, but you guys don't want to read, don't want to study, and that's fine because I can't even begin to start to elaborate on these things because it's gonna go over your head because it went over my head until I started to learn, right? Until I started to read, right? Until I started to read. You don't need a lawyer to sue these companies. They actually settle faster when you represent yourself, right? We got the bill of exchange, we got promissory note outlines, we got bond paper, we got what's this? What's this? We got paperwork on here. We got private collateral trust bonds for 2.5. You feel me? Like if you're not like looking up and trying to figure out how to maneuver in this actual system that's taking advantage of you and actually raping you and actually stealing from you with inflation and all this good stuff, then I don't know what you I don't know what you're doing. If you're not building wealth, defending your rights or protecting your legacy, then I don't know what to tell you because here's what I'm working on right now, and you should be too. Bitcoin and Misty strategy: earn yield, stack Bitcoin faster, build cash flow on autopilot. I said this months ago, right? Nobody listens. That's fine. I don't care. Millions, real estate development projects. The projects that we're looking at are pretty much they're over. Yeah, they're over $1 million, right? So the developments are going to be big developments, right? Big visions, high luxury, you know, high class stuff, right? Private member associations and financial armor, right? You need to definitely be restoring your credit. You can sue debt collectors if you have bad things on your credit that you've been disputing and they still don't listen. You need to create that trust, like I said, estate plan, right? We all have estates. You don't even know. I didn't even know, right? I didn't even know what the hell an estate was. I thought an estate was just a big ass compound where rich people had, their big ass houses and stuff. That's what I thought an estate was, just like a big ass house, right? Big ass house and or a big ass plot of land with somebody with their family in the same neighborhood, right? Like 8 houses in the same neighborhood, and it's their private estate, right? Which is an estate, but we all have an estate as well, and that's our account, which is the Social Security account number. Because if you don't know, then the Social Security account number, what is this? What is this? No, it's not what I clicked on. Where'd it go? What the hell? What just happened? Damn, I don't know where did I go? Okay, cool, whatever. Yeah, it's not clicking on the right things. Why are you not clicking on the right things? Trust. If we die without a trust, the government gets the final say, and it's like you don't even exist, right? Because you don't have anything that's private, and everything is subject to, um, look at that, subject to whatever they're gonna do, right? Purchase and sale agreements for 2.5 million, 2.5 million. Look at that, man. Y'all can't even. It's too. You gotta learn these stuff, man. You gotta learn this stuff, and you gotta not only learn this stuff, you have to learn to apply it. It's just gonna open up. There it is. Well, accepted for value or for value received, right? For value received, accepted for value, tendered to the obligated party, debt is satisfied, and if it's dishonored, then you know what to do, right? Or if you don't know what to do, then that means you need to study, right? You need to study. Whew. All right, so I think that's gonna be it. I've been on here for about an hour. Cool. Yep, a nice cool hour. Hop on the train, guys. You gotta get with the program, guys. I see people that have been posting. I'll just go over a couple tweets because I've been tweeting. I'm tweeting a little bit more lately, even though I don't really care about tweeting too much. But I've been tweeting a little bit more lately, so I'm gonna jump into a couple tweets here. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Thanks for everybody watching on YouTube and on X. Please hit that like button for me. I appreciate you, especially since the information is literally life changing. If you can grasp pick up what I'm putting down, right? So let's jump into a few tweets here. People who post Robinhood charts of Bitcoin when Robinhood literally robbed the little guy and halted trading for for GME, and I will never support those bastards. Right? I hate Robinhood because they are the epitome of what's wrong with our society and the banking institutions, and they're in cahoots with the hedge fund managers and all that stuff. Right? So that's a tweet that just went out. Let's see. Let's see. 125. Next stop. I don't know if I can. No, I can't do. Yeah, I can't do trading view on here. So I would show you guys the charts, but I'll share it. I've actually already shared the chart. It's right there. Flaggy looks real flaggy. I don't know where that 200-day moving average is at though, which is not good because if we get too far, definitely gonna come back down. Let's play this right here. So I'm gonna turn up the brightness. What is lawful tender? Lawful tender is a form of payment that the law recognizes as valid to settle a debt. So if you're able to pay with a Federal Reserve note, aka a dollar bill, then what also qualifies as a lawful tender or medium of exchange, because that's all money is a medium of exchange. Then a promissory note is, and a bill of exchange is, a check or a money order is, and any negotiable instrument that meets the UCC standard. Okay, guys. This was hilarious when I looked up last night. Oh man, next video is gonna be about chat. Because did I share that video? No, where'd it go? Did I share that video? I think I did. Yeah, I did last night. It is. Where is it? There it is. This video right here. Scroll down the timeline, guys. I know I be tweeting a lot, but I'm telling you, if I find somebody that I like, I do this myself. If I see somebody or find somebody that is posting dope information and I like it and they're smart and it makes sense to me, I go down their timeline. I go down their timeline and I read and I look and do my research and I look things up and I download anything or any recommendations, I go look it up, right? So scroll down the timeline because there's things on my timeline that if you Google or ask ChatGPT or whatever the case may be, right? You get the information for yourself, you look it up, you read it for yourself, you confirm, cross reference here, looking there, here, looking there, looking here, looking there, right? Then you can make an informed decision and be able to be informed, right? Again, don't take anything that I say at face value. Go look it up for yourself. So, did you know that you have rights, right? And when cops pull you over, cops pull you over without a crime being committed, then you literally don't have to answer any. Well, you literally don't have to answer any questions, even if you did commit a crime. But you don't have to answer any questions. Um, do you know why I pulled you over? Do you know why I'm not answering questions? Would be my response. Where are you headed? The typical answer from or a question from a cop. Somewhere where you don't have jurisdiction. Do you got your license? I got a question that's not self-incriminating, right? Because you need a license to be a driver. You don't need a license to be a traveler. I'm tired of you guys calling people sovereign citizens because they know how to read. Because you don't know how to read and because you're an idiot and you're stupid doesn't mean that you have to call people that know their rights a sovereign citizen, right? Because it's just crazy how people don't read and just this is how they're able to perpetrate and do what they're doing because you guys are ignorant of the law, right? And ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? So, with that being said, you know, plenty of insight, plenty of tweets that are actually factually correct. But again, look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. I've been saying 401ks are scams. First and foremost, because it's a scam because you're saving in dollars. Why the hell do you want to save in dollars when the dollar is losing value every single day? It makes no sense to me. But people are over here bragging. Oh, my company matches me, and they match me, and they match me, and I don't. And why would I not have a 401k if they can match me and they're matching me, so they're matching me makes me match, and the match is just matching, and then I have more of the match, and the match is just matching, and then now I have more money, and then the money is just losing value, so I don't really know what's going on with the money now. Come on, bruh. Put your thinking caps on, bro. All right, you grind 40 plus hours a week at a job that deposits money into an account that you don't even control. Can you pass down your direct deposits? Can you pass down your job to your kids? You can possibly hand down your Wells Fargo checking account if you have a will or a trust set up to where that account is owned by the trust, and now the trust is the beneficiary is your kids, right, and all that good stuff, right. But if the bank can shut down your account and close your account for any reason, which we used to think that they can just do that, they really can't do that, right? Because the banks are actually owned by the government. That's why I keep trying to tell you guys. There's a lot of things that we think is one way when it's not. Because I used to think that the banks are private. I used to think that the banks are private. It's cold up in here. Let me turn off the air. I used to think that the banks are private. I wish I had a new tab. Can we open up a new tab? Yo, Elon, bro, give us tabs on the browser, man. Dang, I gotta leave. All right, so let's go here. Let's just listen. Hello. Why has it been turned off? Okay, whatever. Banks, and I don't even like asking Google, man. I'm trying to tell you. Banks are owned. They're not privately owned, guys. They're owned. And matter of fact, I'm not even gonna do that. Let's go back because I don't like asking Google questions. What I like to do is ask ChatGPT questions. How do I enable mic? Huh? Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Yeah, they can't hear me. I have to type this thing out. Matter of fact, I'll just type it out on the phone, and then I'll come back to and refresh here in the app. Boom. So smart, so smart. Banks are owned by the government because they also have to follow the charter, which is under the government. And also, they have to register as United States corporation, and the United States is a corporation. Verify this information. Is this true or false using facts and conclusions of law only? You see how I'm talking to chat? That's how you gotta talk to chat, guys. A lot of y'all chats is dumb because y'all are dumb. No offense, man. Y'all gotta start. I've been telling y'all the same thing, yo. You gotta talk to chat a certain way. You can't just be. You can't just be. You have to understand how to talk to chat. Do they have to follow the Federal Reserve Act? Do they have to follow the Federal Reserve Act? Let me show you a little something real quick. Look at this. Chat used to have the dates on here. I don't have the dates on here anymore. But so I've already been on here an hour. I'm about to get off. I'm literally still scrolling. I wish these had the dates. Let's see if I can find dates. Colopop. I had Colopop, which was one of my businesses back in. When was that? Probably like 2 or 3 years ago. But let's see if this has a date. It doesn't have a date on it, but let's pull it up here. I'm gonna ask, what date? What did I create this chat? What date did I create this chat? Then I'm gonna get up out of here. No, I did not. The original chat. The original ORG and original initial. The hell? Chat used to have the dates on here, man, but I don't have no dates on here, man. I don't know. I don't know. But that's gonna be it for today's video. But as you can see, guys, like I said, this is a lot of these are all chats. And then I have folders. Because now I figured out that you can do folders, which made everything a lot easier, right? And then the folders got chats in it. So I say that to say, get your ass on ChatGPT. Look at that. White dragon breath breathing anime pose. Look at that. Look at that. This is beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. I thought that was beautiful. And I did the little, I did the little prompt. Let's see if I can see the prompt. Little prompt there where I told it what to make and how to make it, and you know, I love anime, so obviously this is more animated oriented things, right? And that's fine if you don't like anime. It doesn't really matter. Create a 501c1a.org. What's this? Off market properties. We're doing Bitcoin basics curriculum, helping me with the curriculum. We have the Bitcoin Wise Investment Chat. We have Graceful for book pre-order. Let's see. Oh yeah, boom. Video summary request, credit repair program. What else we got on here, man? Filing with the IRS. We got credit repair systems. We got transferring bills. We got 360 photo booth. We got the Supreme Court negotiable instruments. We got conveyance of security, ISINs. We got app design inspirations. We got promissory note creation. We got filling out the 3800 form. We got the SEC. We got FCRA dispute letters. We got can't. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Common law, copyright, Supreme Court ruling. Yeah, come on, guys. All right, so that's it, man. I'm about to get up out of here, like Brother Isaiah would be saying, man. So Florida UCC, civil claims, foreclosure. Look at this: foreclosure help, rescind your mortgage, FCC 10K schedules, filing the UCC one. Come on now. What are you asking your chat? Oh my bad. Yeah, I can't even see it. What are y'all asking your chat these questions, or you guys are making dumbass pictures of yourself, right? Because that's what I see online. Because a lot of people have Chat GPT, but they use it for the most dumbest things. Like, cool, it's cool to create pictures and stuff, but are you? We're looking. You guys are looking, literally looking at my chat right now. Like, and this is from years ago, at least a year or two ago, because I don't have Colourpop anymore. And Colourpop is something that I created at least 2 years ago. And as you can see right here, it's the very first chat. It says Colourpop, right? For healthy, because it was one of my um, supplement brands that I was gonna, that I was, working on. And then I have the cannabis vegan soap brand that I, usually go get, that I was trying to resell and do other things to create revenue, right? Because we don't do income, right? We do revenue, right? We got collagen infused fat burner right there. You feel me? So you can see that the chats can see if I can make this a little bit clearer. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better there. Boom. Yeah, you can see that a lot better now. As you can see, filing circuit civil court cases, promissory note creations. Okay, we're just gonna keep scrolling because this is a lot. UCC 9-203. Are y'all asking? Are you guys asking ChatGPT what's a UCC? Why is the UCC important? What is the UCC? Do the courts follow the UCC? Are the corporations following UCC? Why is the UCC so important? Should I be utilizing and learning the UCC? What is the UCC? How does this apply in my life? How do I apply this in my life? What is it that I need to do to enforce the UCC? You feel me? All these things, guys. That's just one of the many chats. Affidavits, Equal Credit Opportunity Act for credit denials, what the law says, holder in due course rule. There is bond securitization process, affidavits, plea of tender. You feel like so much stuff. Are you guys asking your chats these things? Are you looking up these things? Are you reading? Are you trying to, look things up? Or you just scrolling on TikTok all day? You guys are not utilizing ChatGPT at all, but you're making dumbass pictures of yourself with sweat and little pictures and stuff on YouTube or on Facebook. Is what I keep seeing is people posting their picture with a specific prompt that makes you into a like a movie photo with sweat on your face, and it looks super realistic. And it's like, all right, that's cool and all, but why are you not asking? Why are you not asking ChatGPT how to dismiss a lawsuit against you that's been fraudulently um, brought up against you, because you understand that the debt collectors don't even have the right to sue you, because it's not even their debt. You don't have a contract with them. They don't have the chain of title, they have the chain of custody. The original debt was already discharged, because it was discharged because you gave them a promissory note. The promissory note already paid for everything, right? So the whole thing is just so much fraud, Fourth Amendment violations, LVN lawsuits and losses, right? I'm asking these things. US Treasury addresses, right? I think these are more recent. No, that's not recent. I asked for the U.S. Treasury addresses in Florida a while ago. According to satisfaction law, to Ben told y'all that. Banks that pull from TransUnion, right? All these things that y'all be asking, addresses, add address to Experian, boom, boom, boom. Declaration of nationality, debt relief, add copy, court of satisfaction, CPN risk, Amber Grant, look that up. You feel me? Like all these things, separation of legal fiction, Delaware business litigation, paint point offer strategy. Like if y'all really wanna like, y'all really want me to like go in, I'd be going in. Like motion to strike, dismissal. Do you even know what a motion to strike is? You know what a reversing a judgment is? You know what Wells Fargo securitization evidence is? Where I literally posted online and said, "Damn, these banks have been doing this for a while, and people actually stood up against the banks because they were trying to fraudulently foreclose on people's banks." This is actual real life studies, right? It's real life cases, right, where people were losing their houses to the banks, but they fought back and did an appeal, and they did. Hey, you guys don't even have the chain of custody. That's why I keep telling everything that I be telling you guys. I'm not even like, it's not even me. It's not even me. It's literally the law. Like these people. It's actually, I did it on Perplexity, because Perplexity, again, this is AI, right? Literally. Wells, and this isn't even Wells Fargo. This is another corporation. WSFS Corporation ended 2024 as a securitization industry's fourth most active trustee by number of deals for U.S. asset-backed securities and mortgage-backed securities, according to their asset-backed alert ABS data system database. If you don't know what an asset-backed security is, if you don't know what a mortgage-backed security is, if you don't know what securitization is, which means they take the note, right, and then they transfer it or sell it or monetize it, and they put it in a trust, and then they try to come after you, right? Then they try to come after you, right, for the note, which they don't even have the note because again they securitize it. They made money off it because they sell it to investors, right, and they make money. I'm trying to tell you, but again, I know it's a lot. That's why I said you have to study Leon County Sheriff's Office. Why am I looking up and finding out the Leon County Sheriff's Office? Because I understand that when you sue corporations, they have a registered agent, and a lot of these registered agents, they are in Leon County, which is Tallahassee, and so therefore I need to serve them. How do I serve them? By serving them and sending the complaint to and the summons to the sheriff's office, and then having the sheriff serve them, right? But I wouldn't have known it if I didn't read. If I didn't read it, I didn't know how 508 trust creation guidance, like all this stuff, guys. Check money order cash, notice of liability, democracy versus republic, which should be it should actually be the republic versus the democratic, right? The republic versus democratic. Um, living will setup. Look at that. Look at that. Even this, the Dred Scott and Slaughter case. Look at that. Civil rights. All this stuff, guys, that I looked up, that I look into, that I read. There's so much on here. It's read. 30-year mortgage fraud scams. Because a lot of y'all be thinking y'all doing something because you own a house. You don't own the house. Don't pay your taxes, and let me know how you don't. Let me know if you own that house. Okay. Let me know if you own the house. If you don't, if you do not pay your taxes, do you own your house? Okay, so shut your ass up. You don't own your house. Very simple. People be trying to flex with their houses, bro. You don't own your house. Only thing that you own in this life is your Bitcoin and your thoughts. Okay? The body you don't even own. God owns your body. This is God's temple. You are a spirit which is separate from your body. And that's a whole nother thing. Copper health benefits. Can we eat seeds? Specifically, I was asking about a specific seed, right? TCPA violations got lawsuit guide. You tell somebody to stop texting you and they keep texting you. Guess what? That's a lawsuit. Get your money, but y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. Y'all just going it is what it is. PMS trade line agreement. So if you guys want to trade lines, right? Boom, I got an agreement for that. UCC1 power and the breakdown of it. What's the UCC1? Well, why do I need the UCC1? Oh, they're doing UCC1. Oh, Trump does a UCC1. Oh, cease and desist. Okay, what's that? Purchase order negotiability. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, look at this. Still, that's. I'm just trying to go back down to where I was at. What's that? High security check paper. DBA registration. Cease and desist game. Okay, so from here we just went up a bunch, right? So now we're gonna continue to scroll up. Okay, scrolling up. Accord and satisfaction explanation because somebody needed an explanation yet again. Lost tag or temp. Let me show you guys what I just did, and then that's the last thing I'm gonna show you guys, and then I'm getting up out of here. All right, getting up out of here. What did I want to show you guys? It is actually it is this one. Lost tags. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get over this, and then we out of here. Then we gonna get up out of here. All right, because y'all be acting like y'all can't read, and y'all be acting like people that stand up for their rights are sovereign citizens or people that are stupid. When really, the actuality is, you're the stupid one. If you gonna call people that exercise their rights stupid, I'm gonna call you stupid because you're stupid, and that's the fact. And I don't care how you feel about it. That's a fact. The right to travel and unalienable, unalienable, unalien, unalienable, however you want to say it. not regulatory, right? You have a right to travel. I don't care what anybody says on the internet. I don't care what that stupid ass cop says. I don't care what that stupid ass judge says. You have a right to travel, right? So if you don't understand that, you stay a sheep, you stay a slave, and you stay paying your tag and your taxes and your fees to do something that you have a right to do. Okay? As of July 9th, 1868, right? 14 Stat 358 Amendment, that's 9 and 10, rights reserved to the people. 4 and 5, U.S. Constitution. Nowhere in the statutes at large have Congress a general law criminalizing unlicensed private travel in a non-commercial capacity. That's why I keep telling you guys, you have to learn the words. Non-commercial, which means what? Non-commercial means you're not in commerce. Not in commerce, which means you're not for hire. Federal regulation applies to commerce only. To only commerce. Only commerce. Only commerce. That's why they call them a Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver. But I'm crazy. And these people that read are crazy, right? No, you're crazy, bro. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Boom. Statutory silence, no delegation. Boom. There is no federal statute and statute at large mandating a license or insurance for private individuals to travel in their own personal automobile unless engaged in commerce. Go look it up. Lawful notice procedure. Put it on notice. You get pulled over. I got something if you get pulled over. Because I got some cars coming and I'm not putting no tags on them bad boys. So, we about to be dealing with the law enforcement or the policy enforcement, right? Because that's what we're gonna have to check them. I said, sir, are you a policy enforcer or law enforcement, sir? Which one is it? Officer, I'm traveling privately in my own automobile, not in commerce. There is no crime because a lot of y'all don't understand the law. So you be doing things and be incriminating yourself and be talking too much and you be doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff, right? You be complying with unjust laws, right? Because, sometimes you just want to, get to stepping, but nah, bro, it's about principles. I have placed your department on lawful notice, which is what it was saying up there, right? Put them on notice with a notarized affidavit citing the controlling acts of Congress, because the Congress is the only ones that make the law, and any further detention or demand absent of a crime or evidence of commerce is color of law, right? And violation under the statutes at large, and the Constitution of the United States of America. Boom, right? Get pulled over for whatever. But a lot of y'all don't have balls, right? Y'all don't got balls like me, bro. Big balls. Driving around with a private plate. I've been driving around with a private plate, right? And I haven't seen not one person. And you know what a person is, right? I know what a person is, right? It's a corporation, person, legal definition of person. Person. All right, with that being said, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Much love, Bitcoin Chris. Checking out. Head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Utilize ChatGPT. Just Manus is fire as well. Super fire for Manus. Oh my god, I love Manus. So ChatGPT Manus, stack your Bitcoin and chill. Get some Misty. Get your IUL. Get your life insurance policies up. Fully fund them bad boys. Borrow against it. Just get a trust. Right, the same thing I've been screaming. Right, stack your Bitcoin and chill. You should be happy when Bitcoin's on discount. Should be sad when Bitcoin is going up, right? Should be sad. Should be everybody's opposite. Everything that everybody else is doing, you should be doing the opposite, right? Everybody got the jab. You know, now we know the jab ain't even do what it was supposed to do, right? Boom, it is what it is. Um, don't politicians and all the news are just there to keep you distracted, man. Stack your Bitcoin to chill. Set up your own family trust. Set up your own. Um, Set up everything for you and your family because everything else is really irrelevant. And understand promissory notes, understand negotiable instruments, which are checks, cash, money orders, right? Because those are negotiable instruments, right? I've been telling you guys the same things, man. It's crazy, man. The truth don't change, man. Only the lies. So with that being said, If you need help with any of these things, click the link in the bio. If not, cool, go do it on your own. We just want to help, and hopefully you learned something new today. And again, don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself. And just because I'm asking chat these things, right, doesn't mean your chat's going to say the same thing, because you have to program your chat. You have to check chat GBT, right? Because chat be wrong sometimes, right? And it says it right there at the bottom. It says check chat GBT, because it be wrong sometimes. Can make mistakes, so check important info. So that's why I said compare, contrast. You tell it that it's wrong. Even if you tell it it's wrong, you'll still be trying to stand up and be firm on the wrong data and the wrong information. So just make sure that you're doing that, and don't use ChatGPT for case law. So one thing I do want to highlight is that you definitely should not be using it for case law. I would highly recommend Manus for that. But yeah, with that being said, learn the UCCs, right? Learn your rights, study. If you need help suing or defending against a lawsuit, if you have bad credit or debt collectors that you want to sue, we can help you out with these things, guys. And all you have to do is click the link in the bio. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. God loves you. I love you. Don't take the passion for angry, or be me being angry. I'm definitely not angry. Don't mistake the passion for, or the passion for anger, or me being rude or anything like that, because definitely not trying to be rude, definitely not trying to be angry, definitely not trying to um, do anything to offend anybody. But if you get offended, that's on you. I don't really have control over your feelings, especially when the facts are on my side and I'm giving you the information that you can actually look up and do your own due diligence and see if what I'm saying is correct. All right, stack your Bitcoin and chill. Get your fold card. Stack your Bitcoin. I would wait for a pullback, especially since there's so many shorts or longs to be liquidated down at 109, like I mentioned in a previous tweet. And then I would stack some Bitcoin and chill, right? In either way, you need to be DCing, right? With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Shout out to Tesla and the full self driving. You got that full self driving, cuz. We got that full self driving, dog. All right, with that being said, y'all have a great day. Bitcoin Chris checking out. Peace.
Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bands, country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bands, country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them.